asked for drive, really.
Hello everyone and welcome to another stream of the Assetto Corsa Formula 3 PC League. It is of course Season 2 and we are here for Round 2 around another track we are unknown with, and I am Ycoms as always, and I'm here together with Phil.
Hello! Good to be back.
Actually, you might quickly just change your sensitivity because I can hear myself occasionally at some times, but
don't you like to hear yourself?
Well, I thought. Well, I do maybe, but the stream maybe doesn't. To hear me doubled.
Yeah.
But
I quite enjoy it.
Well, anyway, we had of course a very exciting first round last time out at Virginia Raceway. I think you can agree with me on that one.
It was certainly interesting. Obviously, once again, it was a track that I think most people weren't too familiar with. Same again here. I think even more so this time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the track this time around, we got Tor Poznan, which is, I think, a Polish track. Let's actually quickly check the layout of this one. This is how it looks like. The start-finish straight is the straight on above, when it leads to a very long first corner, and for some reason you are also familiar with this track, although it's like unknown as hell.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite say super familiar, but I know just from looking through most tracks of the world. I always said if you look very quickly at the layout, just quick glance, you sort of think it's some kind of mutated Austria or Red Bull ring. It's nothing like it, but just from a quick glance, in the way that it's layout, but it's got a few interesting corners actually, especially I think turn 1. You see on the layout if you're looking at it now, it's certainly quite a bit different than you'd usually expect. And then the final corner itself actually quite interesting in that it's quite quick, and especially in these cars it'll be relatively close to flat. I wouldn't say quite there. Other than that, it's got a few interesting overtaking points. It's not super interesting to look at. It's got enough trees around the circuit to make it not particularly boring, and it's got enough runoff that's grass and gravel that makes it quite challenging.
Yeah, and also some huge curbs. Well, not huge in terms of height, I mean, but just in terms of size, basically. I noticed that earlier. And turn 1, honestly, as I told you before, reminds me a little bit of Brno, to be honest. Apart from the exit, but it's just, yeah, it's similar going into that corner, long right, left-hander and right-hander even. And yeah, actually, let's not waste too much time. We got 1 minute in the practice session left, so let's quickly just jump on board with some cars if possible, so that you can get a feel for the track. Who's out at the moment? Let's actually just stay with Pops here, which runs wide a little bit, but I think he's now coming through the last part of the session. Maybe Phil, you can give us a short lap guide round.
I'd love to from Pops. Unfortunately, he's gone off onto the track, the grass there.
If he can finishes the next lap.
What was it? So we're going to the penultimate lap here, the penultimate corner, running under this bridge, and then through this final corner. Like I say, quite interesting, and you'll see how open it is. Long, quite. It's very quick. Just a quick downshift, a little bit off the throttle, and then here we go down the start-finish straight. Not down to turn 1. It's not particularly long straights here. You'll notice that the track is quite short, but here we go, turn 1. It will start. The car will be wiggling through here all the time. You suspect it. Quite low grip through there. It's very long. Turn 2, quick, flat out, kink to the right. Then the left hand you come on up to a hairpin here. Very hard braking. Probably the first main overtaking point of the circuit. Short run down to a quick left right here. This is quite an interesting corner. It's got to get your throttle application right as you're turning, as you're doing it, and then coming out right here and going flat out. As I say, that bit reminds me of the Austria part of the track. That's very simple. And here you got another hairpin turning in, probably another overtaking zone down into quick left. Quite a tough little section here, because you want to fling your car to the left, but then you have to go to the right to set it up for this little straight here, which is flat out right-hander into a left-hander coming up. Quite a quick one as well. Sets yourself up very nicely through there. Then you got a left-right, sort of very tricky because it's sort of like a double apex right. You sort of go to the left slightly to then brake to the right. Looks could be a little tricky sometimes. And say that's then penultimate corner running up into the final corner here, back to where we were, flat out ish. Very close to it. Look at that, running really wide. You want to get that perfect because it's a long run down to turn 1, and that's a lap of the track.
Here comes Mini Black.
Mini Black. Wow.
And straight goes back in the pits. Yeah.
Straight back into the pits. 4/10 clear at the top there.
That is impressive. That's very impressive. I see another one in the top. So 2 people in the top 8, which are a little bit surprising. It's Matt Shimmy, who we haven't seen. Well, I know, for instance, that he is fast, but he has had a very, very poor season opener. But he is doing all right so far. He's going on a fast lap at the moment, behind another driver. I think that's not really good, to be honest. Not sure what is going on here.
No, it's actually behind his teammate.
Is it Maisie?
Well, you know who it is. It's not Maisie. It's Ticklish
Pickle.
Of course it is. And Ticklish Picklewickle's actually then gone off the track there, so he's not really helped his teammate a lot there. He's held him up in going down the main straight and then ran off the circuit. So it's not really gone too well for them.
Oh dear. I was actually thinking in the first place there's going to be like, you know, some slipstream tactics going in Stark Industries, but no. The opposite was the case.
Either that, or they're very much like Ferrari in F1, where they try it and fail every time.
Yeah. Laxo jumps it up into 7th place. He was the one on pole. No, he was not the one on pole. He was on the front row.
He was on the front row.
Yeah, it was Exited who.
It was Exited, yes.
Yeah.
Who down in 15th at the moment. He may be struggling a little bit. He's on his out lap, so he's going to have two laps here.
Yeah.
Assuming that he doesn't make a mistake on this one. He'll have 2 laps. Can he pull himself up 15th? Because that is quite a way off the pole. There's like Andrex currently running only in 21st.
And we see some guys who were very, very on good pace last week, struggling a little bit at the moment. Except
it does seem to be the case. It does seem to be the case, yes. It's interesting, I think, again, because of the nature of the season and not knowing what track you're going to be running, and especially when you find a track like this where it is quite unknown and it has some tricky parts to it. It's certainly, you'd think that it would create quite a big field spread, but actually what it's done is the field spread isn't massive, so a lot of these drivers are relatively close on pace. But because of that, it means any amount of small distance between you and the car ahead in terms of time really makes a difference in your grid position here, it seems.
Yeah.
Apart from Mini Black. Mini Black likes to just run away with it at the moment.
He's currently on his final lap. I'm actually want to go in both with Centro, because Centro is down in 16th. Oh, Salah.
Yeah, both Centro and Exited, 16th, 17th. Guys are struggling.
I can't. Yeah, the problem is Centro is in 16th, and that's the Z for me, which is unfortunate, which would hide my...
That's a Z?
Yeah, it's the Z on the shortcut.
Isn't it Y? Or did you change it?
No, P16 is Z.
No, I push Y and I go to Centro.
Wow. Interesting.
Anyway, isn't it supposed to be the top line of the keys? Isn't that the...
It is 1 to 0 is 1 to 10, and then Q to P is 11 to 20.
So why Z then? Is Z...
P16.
Is it...
Z is P16.
Ah! You have Swiss keyboards.
Oh! I was like, why? I was like,
my Z's on the bottom, right?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah, there you go. We're figuring it out, people. Interesting commentary. We're focused on the pole position. Actually, might as well just to bring it quickly back. Mini Black's gone even faster.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Yep. Maisie second.
Wow.
Pips Silver Arrow by 3,000. In fact, and Silver Arrow only 9,000 ahead of Mr. Alcon.
Mr. Alcon in P4. That's his hoonigan racing.
It is.
And that's brilliant.
Yeah.
To see, really brilliant to see. Someone
David,
like him up there.
Yeah, and then David Van Buren looks like he's going to sit in 5th. Laxo, I say only 6th. It's still it's still a decent position, and you never know where you can get from that, especially on, as I say, on a track that people aren't too familiar with. Any mistakes can happen. Mistakes are easy to happen.
Yeah, definitely. Well, someone wants to kick Matt Shimmy from the lobby.
Well, I mean, yeah. Hang on, let me just push key Y. Yes. Alright.
That is actually the qualifying session already over.
It is.
And we can actually go back to pits. No, we can't go back to pits as per usual.
Not yet.
But we actually got some cars behind us, which is a little bit annoying. I can't move out of the way because I don't have any driving controls. But you may go out of the way if you want to.
I believe I can, but I'm not 100% sure. No, so it seems to only be when the lights hit, which is a shame.
So, we are here at Tor Poznan for round 2 of the season. We saw Mini Black on pole position, exited in second? Oh my god,
wow.
Put him
Jumped up. Well, must have jumped, that must have been right at the... Well, we did say he would get the 2 laps, so it must have been right at the end, so...
Yes, in the last few seconds, but we didn't look. Maisie in 3rd, Silver in 4th, and Alcon in 4th, but anyway, we are now waiting for the lights to come on. We got 4, 5, 6 lights, and we are on the way in Tor Poznan right about now, and we will retire, and we will go back to Mini Black for the lead.
Here we go.
Here we go, down into turn 1. Good start actually from Mini Black, and exited on the inside. Let's actually move back a little bit with people. And it seems like a pretty clean start for all of the drivers so far coming into turn 1. Mr. Alcon up into 4th even. Or in 5th now.
In 5th now, yeah. It's going to be interesting into this corner. This is where it all starts to tighten up a little bit. Then Mini Black still in the lead. Oh! And that's behind. We have exited spinning. Exited's gone off.
Oh no,
it's
really a huge crash. Oh no. What is happening?
It's mess. Oh no,
no.
It looks like someone's come back onto the track, and unfortunately he's caught up a few people there. Not sure who that was, but that's a lot of cars off. That is a lot. It's still going on. People not slowing down for incidents around them, but Andrek's caught up. I'll try and run through. You keep up, Lily, and I'll run through.
I think it was. That's why I don't know what.
PNK, Pedro, Ticklish Picklewickle, no. Simon, Simon. Centro as well.
Yeah, I saw Centro's car at some point.
Yeah.
And Martin Vossa with the P7, which is interesting.
That is unfortunate. It just looks like that. It looked like a whole Constantina effect from Exit running off, which unfortunately for us has given, and for the race, has given Mini Black a massive lead
already. It's unbelievable.
But it's beneficial for a few others behind. Laxo up into 3rd already. Tom Bridle 4th. Umaga Adrian in 5th.
That is interesting. Oh, it's not showing 5th for me. Here we go.
It will do. Don't worry. Have faith.
Have faith in it. Yeah, Mini Black leading by 6 seconds after the first lap. That is absolutely incredible.
He's unheard of.
Is that already the win?
Well, possibly.
Well, considering the pace he had, he definitely has the pace to fall away from the field.
He does.
But has he got the consistency?
Oh well, we saw last week that a lot of people actually didn't. Mistakes here and there, off into the grass and everything, and you never know. The car seems a little bit trickier to drive than I was expecting. Or it just seems to be a little bit less grip than what people had from the test sessions at Road America. So, yeah, we'll see.
Martin Voss even up into P6 after making a move on Nostra, but let's move actually back to Laxo and Mr. Alcon.
Yeah, he's close behind, but through here you can't do anything. You really got to set yourself up through this corner. And now, yeah, he'll have a really good run. Whether he'll want to move in before, he won't be quite close enough to attempt into this corner. Well, will he? It's very risky. Mr. Alcon's been very generous and left him room. He didn't have to do that, but that's going to send him on. So he's going to go defensive. I don't really know whether he'll be able to pass around the outside of this corner, but we're about to find out. No, Laxo backs out. He'll try to set himself up for probably the best overtaking opportunity into turn 3. I'll have a good exit here. Yeah, run down. Mr. Alcon defends early. Defends very early. But can you pass around the outside here? It's going to be tricky.
No.
You'll have to you think you'd have to set yourself. Oh, but Mr. Alcon has a little bit of a poor exit there. He could have shut the door, but chose not to. But can he get around here? That's so tight, but very nice move.
Brilliant
moves
move.
up into second.
Very respectful driver from both of these guys. Mr. Alcon could have shot the Dardy on the exit of turn 3, but he left the door open, which enabled Laxo to get a better exit and went round the outside as well on turn 4. So round the outside of turn 3 and 4 goes Laxo. It's a little bit, you know, maybe he learned from you, Phil.
Maybe.
You tried
Yeah,
to
it's just the me special. We like to call it. Yeah, it's just still there in the background. Actually, Tom Bridle just lost 4th. He just lost the rear end through one of the trickier corners, and now there's a big battle going on here. Humaga Adrian, runs wide. This is a five-car battle here. Martin Voss 4th. Nostra up into 5th now.
And Nicholas Domino behind.
Because he's passed, but ahead of Humaga and Tom. Both those lost positions to these guys. Nicholas Domino trying a move. That's going to leave him open to Tom Bridle. Yeah. You see, he's moving ahead. He's already ahead. Yeah.
It's going to be wow. It seems like a huge straight line advantage from Tom Bridle. I wonder if Nostra and Nicholas Domino have some damage actually, although they both had a poor run through the last corner.
Fortunately, it's hard to tell. Or impossible.
Oh, there's this contact between Nostra and Nicholas Domino behind. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate there.
And Nostra's falling down. They're both on the both sitting there on the gravel.
Oh, Nostra in the pits.
Nostra in the pits. Nicholas Domino falling behind up.
Definitely should have done that. And
but ahead, exited. Tigger, side by side. Exited round the outside of a hairpin. That's going to be close. So he gets head on. But
there's a contact between Wilkie and Dazios.
Yeah. Just got into that corner. Unfortunately, couldn't run as side by side as cleanly as those guys did.
And exited, promotes himself up into P9 after this lap, so he gained about 4 positions on that.
He's moved
lap.
very well.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a gap to the guys ahead that he'll try to close down, but at least he's have some clean running. I say he has a big gap. Michael L off at the penultimate corner there.
Oh, there, yeah.
And that's gonna drop him a whole heap of time because, like I said, that was a big train of cars.
Yeah, definitely.
All the way down into 19th from a decent position there.
Matt actually may have a run here on Tigger down on the main straight. He had a very good exit out of the final corner, and Tigger's not really defending the inside line.
He is not defending at all. Maybe he knows. Or maybe he's looking for a better exit through this corner. It's so long that you don't really know where to exactly what the best line is. Do you have a slightly earlier apex? Do you have a slightly later apex? Do you want the better exit or just the better entry speed? It's difficult, and you have to try a late move here. That gives him room, runs a little bit wide, but easily defends. But now Tigger actually Maisie. Yeah, that half-hearted move from Tigger has probably given Maisie the position, and in fact it has. Another nice move around the outside there. Very, not so easy to do that, I don't think. But Maisie, in fact, Maisie's about to get his teammate. Is he on Tigger? Steaming in on the brakes. Can he get that turned in? He can.
Jesus
Maisie now. Maisie trying his hardest now to get Matt again. He's side by side, and actually I just noticed something. You keep on with this. You keep on with that.
Okay.
Laxo's dropped down to 4th.
Oh dear, he has indeed. It's really hard to keep up with everything really if you concentrate on a battle here, but it seems like I had noticed earlier in a couple of laps earlier when Maisie made some moves, he always gets fantastic exits out of the corners.
He does.
And now in the final corner, which can be a little bit tricky, you know, following the dirty air, but if you... he may be a little bit too far back, you know, the straights are not really that long, to be honest, but actually move coming from Laxo.
Laxo and Tom Bridle side by side, I've just seen it, they've gone side by side through turn 1. Laxo holding on from Tom Bridle attacking, trying around the outside. Yeah, Tom Bridle's attacking now, he's trying around the outside of here again. It's going to be difficult. Laxo's not going to show him any room.
Not at all. That's crucial for Laxo. I wonder, I'm not too sure, well, we haven't seen what happened to him. May have got some damage again.
I doubt he had too much. I don't think he's lost too much time. I think it's probably a slide through one of the corners. Yeah, as I say, he didn't have superior pace like at Virginia International Raceway, so he probably is just fighting generally with Tom Bridle anyway. Yeah.
It could be. He well and truly could be. Considering also his qualifying thing. Let's actually check back on the front runners. Mini Black, his last lap was at 25.8. He's now going to start lap number 8. which remain, well, 18 laps to go? No, I can't count.
26.
26, thank you. Why did I say 18? I'm not even sure. And Mr. Alcon and Martin Voss. That is interesting. Well, Martin Voss is second faster on the last lap than Mr. Alcon was, and Mini Black was over half a second faster than Martin Voss. So it seems like Mr. Alcon is really, well, could face some problems later in the race, being caught by people, but at the moment he's just in a fantastic position and probably even better than he thought he will. Well, although he had a good qualifying as well, to be fair. Yes.
I think some of the drivers up there are probably in a decent position due to some of that carnage that happened earlier. See Maisie actually on the inside of his teammate Matt. They're both running side by side through turns, I think 4 and 5, and then running in. Here we go, turn 6. Matt has the inside line. I suspect that means he has the position, but Maisie late on the brakes. Is he gonna squeeze him out? No, he doesn't. You probably don't want to be doing that to your teammate. Flat out left-hander here, but it's a tricky right-hander. You don't want to be not enough alongside the inside that you back out. So good driving there from both of them.
And here comes Pops.
But here comes Laxo again. Tom Bridle defending very strongly. Because they were side by side. Laxo on the outside of the penultimate corner. He tried to hang it around the double right-hander. Was always going to be a struggle there.
Yeah, definitely. Tom Bridle really defending, as he knows they are on similar pace. This is for track position. This is not like something, if I let him free I won't lose any time. This is for position, essentially, also regarding pace. And we got Humuga Adrian behind them right away.
They're battling. Has actually brought a few people behind him and has exited. Not far behind now.
It's bringing dangers for Janetta with him as well.
I'll get tasty between. Maybe a bit of tasty with the team. Oh no! Like, he's just hit the back of Tom Bridle a little bit there. Tom Bridle getting slightly sideways. That's exited up there. Well, man, if he gets this done, that's going to be very brave. And again, he's going to be just ahead going into the corner. Tom Bridle might brake later. Exited, gives him a lot of room, but that's going to be inside for the next corner, and that'll be exit into that position. Laxo, that's almost contact again. Laxo putting his nose into a ever-closing gap there.
I think he is a little bit disappointed at the moment, is Laxo, that he's not getting through, or just maybe also not really happy with himself that he lost second place there. And again,
probably, but he had such momentum through those corners there that he's just able to throw it through past Tom Bridle.
Yeah. It will be a very tight battle, I think, for P4 here at the moment. And well, I wonder if Martin Voss is actually going to make a move soon, because what was their last laps? 26.7 from Mr. Alcon, which was only 2/10 slower than Mini Black's last lap. And Martin Voss on a similar pace, of course. He is right behind him, so he's running the same pace basically. And the guys behind are not particularly fast at the moment, but they of course were battling, so it's gotta be interesting.
Certainly is. It's looking at the thing. It's such a jumble at the moment, because you've got the top guys who are all running relatively similar pace-ish. Obviously, battles withstanding. And then you've got sort of a group of people that probably have benefited from that early carnage that are running not super quick, but then you've got sort of Maisie, Pops running faster than them.
It's actually side by side with Exited and Humuga Adrian and Exited. Outside.
Brilliant move.
Again.
It's a very nice section of corners that, I think, actually. It's quite technical. You can run to the outside and then you'll be the inside. As Humuga just gets a little bit close to Exited there, just taps the back of him, it looked like. But he gets away with it. He runs a bit wide. That's going to give Laxo the move. Will it give Tom Bridle the move? He's jumping over the curbs a little bit, but good move from Tom. So now, the two teammates, Laxo, Exited, on track next to each other. They're going to want to push as hard as they can to try and catch up to...
Oh, there's a car off in the background, which is, I think, Matt, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Matt off the track.
Yes.
He's losing
Lost to Centro and David Van Buren. Yeah. Centro not having the greatest run right now. I know we saw him have issues earlier, but running.
It's actually moved for P2. Sorry to interrupt you.
It is.
No, not quite yet.
I think these guys have been running close like this the entire time. Martin Voss getting close and they're not quite able to make the moves.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like that now Exeter has actually got clean air, which is probably exactly what he wants. And Laxo 1.5 seconds probably behind, roughly. Maybe a little bit less even, as there's a little bit of a wiggle there from Laxo, but, you know.
That's just how he likes to drive the car, little bit of a wiggle. Maisie side by side with Dangerous Gianetta behind. Maisie's going to try and set this up, he's going to have a better exit through this right-hander.
Wasn't Maisie a little bit further up in this chain at some point?
It was at one point, I think, and then he was sort of running, well no, because he was only running ahead of Matt a little bit. There's Pops, oh what a move, but there, he's just a bit too hot into there. Yeah, always going to be a struggle. Oh. And actually we had, is that, oh no, Schumacher, oh no. He's just lost it on the, coming back across the track, and that's caught Maisie up. Hopefully Maisie doesn't have too much damage from that, I suspect it. Well, hopefully not.
Oh, Schumacher also in the background, you can see he spun, oh no, that was actually in Pedro? Yeah, that was Pedro who spun at the end of that lap, and Martin was in the pits.
Pedro and Silver Arrow is running slowly. I wonder if Silver Arrow and Pedro have come together.
Could well and truly be. I saw Martin Voss in the pits. Maisie, of course.
Okay.
Maisie is no surprise indeed.
No, not a surprise. Hopefully, any damage that he has gets fixed. Because we want to see these guys fighting. It's just, based on the increase in tyre, I think at this moment everyone has to pit, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I suspect so at least. We also saw some drop-offs even after the first stint at the last track we were at Virginia Racing, and
yes.
I think there's no way to actually do it in the end.
Yeah, as they looking at the battle for 16th again, there's a 5-car train.
Oh my God.
PNK leading, Humaga Adrian, who had that incident earlier.
Yeah.
Daziel's not too far behind. Are they both pitting? No, PNK's pitting. Humaga Adrian was taking slipstream. Oh, I'm behind actually. Daziel's getting passed by Matt on the inside into turn 1. And looks like he's got that all sorted. Wilkie not too far behind. His teammates having a couple of issues on their own. Obviously Laxo having the issue with, well, it was Schumacher, wasn't it?
Yeah, here comes Wilkie on Dazios.
Here comes Wilkie on the inside. That's very tight. Gives him room. Dazios fighting back. Around the outside here. No, Wilkie. Oh, Wilkie. Really, really nice.
Our braking maneuvers are very welcomed, basically. And Mr. Alcon in the pits now.
Mr. Alcon in the pits, that's thing. I'll follow him.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I will. Oh, actually, Tom Bridle, who was coming under attack from Pops, actually in the pits as well.
In the pits as well. Yeah, Pops. That means he's up into 3rd right now. Tom Bridle, there you go. Just popped in ahead of Mr. Alcon. Yeah. So let's see. Mrs. Martin Voss already ahead.
Martin Voss ahead. Okay.
He's so far up the road. So this hasn't worked 2 hours. It's only going to have five laps fresher tyres. Is that enough to gain probably about 5 seconds, if not a little bit more?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a 5-6 seconds, I think it is.
Will that tyre advantage towards the end be enough? I doubt it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can only agree. It is actually a quite an interesting battle, probably developing in the next couple of laps. Maisie versus Centro battling it out for P10. Both have pitted.
Both close to each other, yeah.
Both have already pitted, as far as I'm aware.
Well, Maisie definitely has.
I think Central has as well. Mini Black in the pits.
Mini Black in the pits, I think he needs to do this.
Yes.
Well, I say he needs to do this. He's so far ahead, he could just run it until we need him to. But I'm guessing that this must be about the length of the tyres. This must be, because he didn't need to come in. So if this is where the tyres die, that's what, 18 laps we work out? About 18, 17 laps in fact, because this is his lap 18. So that's half the race, which means that's going to be tricky for someone like Martin Voss or anyone else that's pitted early.
Yeah, because they have to do over 20 laps basically on these tyres. Or he has to do at least. He did not race last week, no. Mini Black did not race last week, Fizzy. And because he's a reserve, not one of many reserves, but any reserve is in actually a fixed team. which is a little bit, which can be a little bit confusing for you and also probably for us. But for him especially, I know Mini Black is a reserve, and because we only have 33 people in lobby, only 31 drivers today, every reserve that showed up is actually capable of, well, yeah, racing tonight. Pops and Dangerous Janetta, the only one in the top 10 who haven't pitted yet.
Indeed, Pops, I think, just recently passed Dangerous. And in fact, Dangerous is just being passed by Mr. Martin Voss there.
Yeah, I saw that in the background. That's Martin Voss third, yeah. Honestly,
Martin Voss, it's interesting because Martin Voss
Exited has overcut Mr. Alcon? No.
No, he's behind.
That was Tom. I just saw a blue car. It was actually Tom Bridle who was behind Laxo. So
yeah, that's.
Oh, I was about to say, what the hell is going on? Pop's pitting, no surprise there.
No surprise at all.
And Dangerous
continuing.
Interesting.
He's losing a lot of time, but I'm not sure what he's took. I mean, he was in that battle. I think it was 12th, wasn't it? He's going to lose a lot of time if he stays out. Maybe. Well, he's not going to be able to go to the end, is he? I don't think that's a possibility. No. But if it is, if that is what he's trying, that'll be interesting to see. I'd like to see someone at least attempt it at one point, just to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the people actually can get punctures, as I was informed by Nostra. They can get a puncture, so it's not like they're going to like lose and lose time and to get more so slippery.
They just eventually die.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is is going to be very, very interesting indeed. Let's see. I actually make a quick comparison between Mr. Alcon's and Martin Voss' lap time, and actually Mr. Alcon was almost a second faster on the last lap.
Amazing to see Mini Black's first lap out the pit. He's just about to cross the line. We're going to see what kind of lap time he's doing. I suspect
24.5.
Yeah. There you go. 24.5.
Boom.
Was that quicker than his qualifying lap?
It was. Nah, it was. I think it was a 24.5 as well.
I think this might be a slightly quicker 24.5.
Yes. Well,
there you go.
The possibility is quite high.
Possibility, yes. He's kind of running away with it at the moment. It's a mightily impressive performance from Mini Black.
Yeah.
Okay, Pedro just following behind Wilkie here, coming into the final corner.
Pedro not having a good race either.
Not having the greatest, no. Probably got saying it's tough to know just how people's races are because of that huge incident on lap 1.
Yeah. Silva in the pits as well, so he's having a shocker again.
Another, yeah. We were hoping that he'd be having a better race. We were hoping for everyone that had struggling races to have better races than they did, but obviously it's not always the case.
Inside of Wilkie, and I think Wilkie's not trying too hard to defend there.
It was close. It was, they were going past the back marker of Paradisky as that happened. So, close.
As Dangerous Janetta finally in the pits after 21 laps.
But it's an interesting tactic. I'm not sure it will pay off too heavily. But Centro and Tom Bridle running side by side through someone. They're not too far behind Maisie, these guys either. He's trying it. He's gonna. You say he's going to have a better exit, but because of the nature of that corner, you get too early on the front whilst you're wide. It's pretty less grip out there. You just can't quite get on as early as you'd want to. But down the inside here, he'll have the move. He's sat on the apex nicely there to stop Tom Bridle from doing the cutback. He'll have a slightly compromised entry into this corner. Tom Bridle will get close, but again, because it's such a tight corner, you run close and you just lose time. But yeah, these guys looking to have some battles. Tom Bridle, Centro, Maisie just ahead as well. Hopefully that's battle that we'll see for we just want to see the battling. It's always good.
Yeah, definitely. And if you just consider, well, it is very early to talk about the championship really, but if you consider the people that are actually finished in the top 4, Centro's the only one, apart, Maisie as well, who finished 4th last week, but Maisie and Centro are the only one who are actually in the top 10 at the moment. The other guys, Andrex, And
Hendrick's way down.
And who was it as well? Oh, Pops. Actually. Oh well.
Pops is
Martin was in the pits.
Oh no! Oh, that's a shame. I just saw that Pops had
he's
jumped
coming
up
behind.
into 5th.
Oh, he's running behind this group. Oh, that is harmful. That is painful. Actually, that he also he's gonna.
I wonder what happened. We'll have to find out.
Fuel.
Maybe, but do they take fuel on during the race?
I can't. I
Don't they?
know.
Or do they not start on the race fuel?
Probably they do. Probably don't have to refill. Really, it doesn't really make sense.
I doubt qualifying fuel would have allowed to get to 23 laps, so maybe he just had an incident. Penalty? Is there a penalty system?
Or the tyres has that model, although it can't really be the tyres because Dangerous Genesis have pulled off 21 laps on these tyres. So it should be possible for him to go to the end. Maybe he wasn't sure though.
Maybe. But sometimes better to be safe than sorry, but that's a shame because he was running so well. He was running in second. To have to give up second, we've seen it before. We saw it with Laxo in the second test race where he had to give up the lead.
Yeah, but that was due to fuel as well.
That was due to fuel, yes.
Yeah. Maybe it was fuel again.
Perhaps. It just seems like a really strange one. I don't see how maybe he was running a slightly less fuel, not quite qualifying fuel, but not quite race fuel either. Somewhere in between.
Yeah. Someone who is catching actually a car is Mr. Alcon. Exited. He is catching Alcon 4/10. Half a second a lap. We saw that earlier a little bit. So he is definitely on the charge. I think again he's on all the tires, but seems to be faster overall, which might benefit him.
It is. Okay, so I was just looking through this now, and something caught my eye. Just jumped on board with Pops and looked at his last lap. That is a 24 dead.
Who?
Pops. A 24 dead. 124.
No joke. Dead. And he has caught Laxo.
He has caught Laxo. That was 1.8 seconds a lap quicker than Laxo last lap. He is flying. You can see just how much more confidence, how much more grip he has in the car. Running behind Laxo here. Through this left, this is a tricky. He's set him up. This is going to be tricky down the inside here. He might not want to try too much because it'll be the outside with this double right-hander, but he can set this up so much better for the final corner. Will he just wait for the final? Will he wait for turn 1? I suspect he probably will, but no, Laxo even defends here. That's going to compromise his run so much, but Pops
around
around the outside. Laxo sort of had to give him room there because after he'd compromised his line, he couldn't really run too wide because he was already there. But he's trying to fight back, but Pops just seems to have so much more in the car. He can just run it. Look at that! That's phenomenal.
Brilliant overtake by Pops there, and it seems like his aggressive. He's been one of the most aggressive drivers of the league what I've seen so far, and it's really paying off at some points.
He is, yeah. It's been it's strong to see Pops. We saw some of his great moves last week, and again there on Laxo, who's no slouch. I think it's fair to say. He'll want to get as close as he can, stay in the slipstream as long as he can, get in, and then have a really good run through turn 1. This is what he needs. He wants a superb run through here. Get on the throttle really early, follow as close as he can, and then hopefully make a move into turn 3. That's a big chance, although it doesn't look to be close enough here.
I had a look at the chat, and where's Mr. Alcon wants a little bit wide. We'll come back to that later, but he's on the inside now. Is exited into this.
Around the outside, into the...
We saw some moves now in the upcoming corner around the outside, so let's see.
Oh, look at that, so late on the brakes. He was so far behind, but because of the superior grip on the outside, he can do that. It's a little squeezing. He's going to have a tighter line through here, left to lift off a little bit, and this is now Mr. Alcon's corner on the inside. He's not going to be able to hold it around the outside there. That's too much tricky. It's because of the nature of the corner, you're sort of snapping back to the right after turning left. You're on the outside, you're on probably some less grippy track. You just can't get the car turned as much as Exited runs onto the grass a little bit wide. It's going to lose him a bit of time there, unfortunately.
Good battling, and that tree is always like in the way of that camera I'm using most of the time during the track because it's actually a good one of the best cameras. But anyway, Fizzy saw basically Maisie down in 13th now.
Maisie down? Oh yeah.
Not
running
sure.
running decent lap times though, so maybe he's pitted because he's running low lap. He's running lower lap. He's running quick lap times. So that could be the case.
Maybe similar to
maybe similar to Martin. Yeah.
Oh, as David Van Buren runs very
David Van Buren runs very wide. He does indeed. Centro, well, it's a bit too far back, unfortunately, for Centro to get the run.
But yeah, and probably has to watch out for Martin
Voss might have the run on Centro. Not quite, although he's got the tight line here. He's going to be a lot of grip on the inside. We've seen that so far. A lot of grip on the inside of the corner. He's caught right back up. And he
go around the outside is probably not going to work here.
No, but it'll set him up because Centro's probably run a little deep.
Yes, he does indeed, but it's very short straddle. It's not even a really straight, to be honest, into this left-hander.
Just a joining part of the track.
Yeah. But yeah, you would suspect that Martin Voss should be able to at least overtake the two cars ahead of him, and I think after that Laxo is too far ahead by any, too far ahead.
No, really. Mini Black has checked out. He's probably just running on autopilot right now. He's so consistent, so
30
fast.
30 seconds ahead.
It's
25 probably.
It's somewhere. It's enough.
No, it's 37. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But anyway, start finish straight and exited. May try up the inside. No, Mr. Alcon goes defensive, but exited back in the slipstream up the inside still.
You know, these guys have got to be careful. If they keep battling too hard, Pops is going to be right with them because he's not far behind. He really is, and he's running superior times to these guys. He's in 24s still, and these guys are running 26.
And switch back from exit. Is he going up the inside? No. Although Mr. Alcon leaves the room.
He does. They seem a lot of people doing that. They don't want to risk being clapped in. So they just run a little bit wide, like a safety run wide.
And again up the inside into this.
He's going to have to. Yeah, he's done. Exit's actually done nicely there. Yeah. He's not run wide, which is so easy to do in that situation.
Yeah.
Mr. Alcon probably a little bit wide on the entry there, and so he's not had the best exit, but it pops now within a second. He is right there, and he's so quick. And you just got to be careful.
Ooh, it's a little bit of contact.
Is there contact? Oh, Pops is going to get. Exit's
got no.
Whether Exit was a little bit sleeping, whether Pops has just come across Exit there, I'm not sure, but that's.
I think it was the second part, really. I think Pops has. Pops probably would have thought that
Exit was going to leave room, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has. Well, exactly. Hopefully these guys aren't too damaged, and if Pops can continue running the lap times that he was, he's probably got a chance of catching back up to Exit. But that's gifted Mr. Alcon.
Unlapping.
Brilliant position.
So
unlapping.
Yeah, so is that
Microlander. Hey, Microlander. Yeah, unfortunately, again, not having a good race. Thor.
I wonder if he tries to unlap himself. That would be a little bit, annoying for Laxo to have like a car like this behind him. And Martin was still stuck behind Central, although he's trying up the inside now into turn 5. I think that is.
Turn 5. Yes.
But
turn 4. Yeah. This is. Well, actually, no. This is 4 and 5 here. That left-hander hairpin is actually turn 3. This is 4 and 5. Martin Voss, Centro really defensive. Martin Voss, he'll have such a good run.
We saw that move far too many times this race, and it's paying off again because it gives the inside line for this corner.
Yes, but this corner you not necessarily want the inside too much because you can't really run like you want to here. Although that gives him a good exit here through this. He has to back out a little bit. Probably should have waited. Although he's got so much better tyres, he can just run in places that Centro can't. And he's going to set up. He's just taking slightly wide lines, tries to go for the cutbacks, getting better exits.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually going to be tasty. I thought Martin Voss would go through on Central quite easily, but he's having a hard time, and David Van Buren is probably securing his 6th place at the moment by just keeping it together.
Yeah.
And again up the inside here. Yeah, I've seen that try again, but he's getting also a good exit this time round. But he will have the outside line for the next corner. It really depends if he can outbrake Central around the outside.
He's going to attempt it. He's going to attempt it. He's going to run deep. He's going to run very deep.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's not going to move. These guys are going to find again. They've got Tom Bridle to worry about again.
Yeah, definitely. And it's only 3.5 laps to go. Worth mentioning. But in this race, this race has actually flown by, to be honest. And Martin goes up the inside now. Central runs very deep indeed. But Voss has now the better line around the outside. He should be able to hold it around there. Yes, he does indeed. And that's finally
he has it. That's what he needed. He did it at a very good time as well, because Tom Bridle getting close, but Centro fighting back, not going to be able to take the move onto this left hand. This left hand sort of helps the people defending, because it doesn't really give too many opportunities into these next corners. If you can keep it all together, and yeah. Voss got a little bit early on the throttle there, but Centro throws away a chance by running onto the gravel.
Yeah.
Now Tom Bridle's going to have a run.
Oh, David Van Buren has caught Laxo.
He has, and he's on the inside. He's on the inside. I think Laxo's not running particularly well, but Laxo, he takes out David Van Buren. He's cut across too early. Oh, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate incident. Laxo sportingly waiting for David Van Buren though. Oh wow, Centro got close there, didn't he?
They were side by side there. Let's actually jump back. I think Centro has lost out.
Yeah, Centro has lost out to Tom Bridle.
He's trying up the inside again.
Trying up the inside. That's late. But that's not late, is it? He's actually in the apex, but that means Tom Bridle's going to have a much better exit, and he'll probably be able to sweep across into the apex. Although he doesn't. Again, they leave more room than they need to. But not that it matters, because he has such a good exit through them. Such a momentum-based corner there that he can't keep that running. And as I say, he's now ahead, and at least we've got more battles going on at the end of this race than we did last time. It's been quite interesting.
What? We don't have battles towards the end of it? Are you kidding me? We had a link change at the last lap.
I know. Oh yeah. It's just too much. It's all gone in my head. It's all gone in. It's all gone out. It's all very exciting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I know that so well. It's really hard for us to keep up with all the drivers and stuff, but I think it is really interesting for us to just watch it. I really have to say, this race has just flown by all the battles we had so far in this race, and there's only 2 laps remaining for Centro and Tom Bridle, and probably 1.5 for Mini Black, who's leading over 30 seconds in front of Mr. Alcon, and seems like Exited and Pops are now running similar lap times, so they're not going to catch either of the cars ahead.
They are running similar lap times. I was keeping an eye on that to see whether Pops could. Yeah, they're not running too much slower. They're running a bit slower than what they were in there, so they've probably got just enough damage to slow them down from their ultimate speed. Pops, little slide.
Wow, what a save though.
Oh, it's just having fun on the last couple of laps.
The only thing that's actually close at the moment is Jamie Foppeler behind Matt Shimmy.
That and Centro's not too far behind
Tom Bridle,
but yeah, let's switch to Jamie Foppeler.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna do it. You can do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna follow my thing.
All right, I'll actually jump aboard with Mini Black, because we have not seen with him at all, and it is the last lap, and he's coming into turn 4, I think. He's lapping Tigger, I think that is.
You follow me, I reckon I'm following his teammate. Just to end the race.
Maisie is close behind Dangerous Junior.
Maisie is
a relative, sorry.
Coming through the... Well, say he's coming through the penultimate corner. He's still got another full lap to do.
Okay.
Can he get a top 10? I can guarantee he'll fight as hard as he can. He was 1.2 seconds quicker than Dangerous last lap. And as I say, Maisie pitted a second time, so he'll have much better tyres than Dangerous. You suspect that... Well, maybe not easy move, but... more routine than normal.
This tree, man. But it is.
Enjoy the tree. Enjoy nature, my friend.
Anyway, I think Mini Black is already weaving a little bit as he's coming across the final corner. Coming into the final corner now, and it is going to be the first win for Mini Black in this league, in this season, and the first win as well for CADE Racing, Arcade Racing, whatever they're calling. What a fantastic drive!
It's phenomenal. I didn't expect the gap that large coming into the race. I know he was helped out by that incident, but still, he gained roughly 25-30 seconds over the race, so that's almost a second a lap. That's close to a second a lap faster than anybody else. That's huge. And as you've got Maisie now, so this is the battle we were talking about. Maisie dangerous. He's going to have a switchback here through the left-hander. You suspect he'll be able to set himself up going into this twisty little penultimate bit of the circuit. Dangerous is going to get close with his worn-out tyres. Maisie's going to get the position though. I don't think Dangerous is going to have enough to fight back, but it is just
almost, but not quite.
Oh yeah, it's all close. If Maisie just been a little bit quicker or had battles up ahead from those two a bit tighter, definitely. Maisie could have got them, but that's ended up very close between those guys. But
yeah,
that was a race. We had a race.
It was a race. Nicholas Domino finishing P13. Simon Pedro, Infected Spins coming around the final corner now.
One last battle though. The last cars on the track: Silver Arrow versus Matt. Can Silver Arrow gain an extra few points? Oh man, he's going to run side by side. They're going to be close across the line, but I think Matt's just going to take it. Yes, Matt's just going to take it. The client came too quickly, and I believe they are the final cars on the track.
I want to actually quickly go, probably, before the server shuts down, I probably should now try to exit this one and try to... Oh, hello?
Hello.
Are you still there?
Nope.
Good. Let's actually see if I can... Yes, here we go. The race results.
Woo.
This is the race. Here we got the race results, which is fantastic to see. Actually, I'm going to stay in here because we've got something to announce. We got driver interviews planned.
Oh, I thought you were going to announce that you were pregnant. That's a shame.
Before we do that though, we have to leave this channel because we can't move people because we are not admin on the things. So let's just join to Rocket League lobby, I think.
Rocket League, oh yes.
Of course, I mean, you know. See that?
Channel switched.
Phil is coming hopefully shortly, but actually, chat, question to you. Who you want to interview?
User joined your channel.
I was actually asking chat who to interview, and who would you like to interview, Phil?
Well, just based on the performance, I think Mini Black's probably not a bad shout.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we're gonna pick a couple, or
yeah, I think 3 people.
It's
gonna be,
okay.
I think, all right.
Let me just get out of this scoreboard and get Mini, and then I'll have a look through to see who else is. I think Mr. Alcon actually, because I think second place.
And
oh, don't know.
I don't know.
We'll work it out. You bring the Mini Black in.
And maybe Martin Voss because of his second pit stop, maybe.
Yeah,
right.
I think that's a good choice. Yeah, Martin Voss.
All right, messaging Nosha that Mini can join if he wants to. If he is, yeah, Mini is in the TS, so he can join if he wants to.
I'll leave you with the scoreboard.
Is he going to do it?
My game has crashed.
Hey guys.
It's Mini Black. Hello, man. How are you doing?
Hey. I'm doing fine.
What a race! That was as dominant as you could have gotten. I mean, that was superior pace from start to finish. How did you actually expect something like this at all?
No. It came by surprise. Totally.
Yeah, you of course were a little bit lucky with that lap 1 incident, which happened behind, and then of course people that were actually probably not expected to be up front being like the buffer between the fast guys in the end. But yeah, I mean, what there is to say. I mean, did you really have any mistakes at all during the race, or was it just like running consistently and just keeping it out of everything?
No, I think I went wide 2 or 3 times, but that was basically it. It was just about keeping it on the track.
Yeah, definitely.
From the halfway point.
Yeah, well, I think there's not much else to say, really. Or Phil, do you have anything to say?
I was thinking over the race, but looking at the gap, you probably were close to around about a second a lap quicker than basically everyone else. It's phenomenal, really. I mean, what does it feel like, the car?
Yeah, the car was actually not to my liking completely. It was a bit loose on the end, but you could control it. But yeah, I think for the last 10 laps or something, I saw people posting faster lap times than me, so
Well, you got to.
Maybe I was just faster.
You got to get the fastest laps if you want. Yeah, as I say, Pox ran very quickly at the end, taking the fastest lap. Unfortunately, you weren't too far behind it, and I was surprised really that the fastest laps were coming when they were, because of the fact you're running race fuel, and obviously at that point the tyres weren't up their optimal. So it's very good lappings from everyone. Yeah, well, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
thanks, guys.
a phenomenal result. Really, didn't expect it coming into the race.
No.
And well, hopefully, since you're a reserve, we will see you for many more races in the season. Definitely.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. See ya, guys.
See you, Mini.
User disconnected.
That
from
was
the
Mini
channel.
Black, ladies and gentlemen. And who else was it? Mr. Alcon?
Mr. Alcon, I think, is the good choice, just because that's a great result.
Yes. Alright. Nostra has got the message. It was like the deliverer between
User
me
joined
and the
your
thing.
channel.
And here we go. This is Mr. Alcon. Hello, man.
Hello, man.
How are you doing? I mean, P2, what the hell has happened?
I know. It was a bit unexpected, to be true. But I had a really good race pace. I was actually struggling real badly during the practice because the grip level was just so awful. But thankfully it came back through quali, and I found my real pace. And yeah, it turned out to not be so slow.
How did you come through the carnage on that first lap? I mean, so many people. We actually had a hard time keeping up with what actually happened. There was just cars all over the place, and all of a sudden you were up in GP. What actually happened, or was it like the same for you?
It was absolutely the same for me. To be honest, I don't really know how I survived the whole thing, because there was probably 5-6 cars in front of me that had spun around. So I just tried to zigzag through them, and managed to get 20% aero damage, but that was it. And pedal to the metal, and managed to finish second. So yeah, I'm really stoked.
Nice one, man. Phil, anything to add?
Well, this is actually I might as well ask. What did you think of the track? Because it's quite an unknown track, I think. So.
Yeah, I actually love it. I think it's real fun to drive. It invites to really good battle. Me and Excited had such an amazing battle. I mean, he was literally a bit faster than me, but I'm good on defending, so I managed to keep him behind. But sadly, I saw that he had an accident with a lapped car. So I was a bit lucky there. But yeah, the track is amazing.
Did look a lot of fun. Looked a lot of fun to drive. It's got some very interesting corners as well. But yeah, as I say, congratulations for second. That is. I mean, I don't really know what the pecking order is, but I didn't have your name down as someone that would be on the podium. But there you are on the podium. Brilliant result, and hopefully many times more.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see. It's a good start to the season, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully well. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, and have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
User left your channel.
So, actually, I see that Martin Voss is not in the TeamSpeak.
Oh, no.
But we got Exited, we got Maisie, Dangerous Janetta.
We can either go, I think, go either Exited or Maisie, because Maisie did the second stop, I think, or had that issue where he dropped down. We think it was the second stop. We're guessing.
Yeah, we're guessing.
Picked up by Fizz in the chat.
What did he say?
It was picked up by Fizz in the chat that Maisie dropped down, and I suspected it was a pit stop based on the lap times he was doing after it.
Yeah, probably.
So, we'll have to find out.
Let's wait for Maisie, indeed. It's actually good that we got the results this time.
channel.
Oh, here we go. Hello,
Here he is.
Maisie.
There he is. The victim.
How was your race? Just first of all, how content are you with that 10th place in the end?
Well, At the end it was okay, but I think I will have some time penalty because I caused a mess at the turn 3, the first lap. So yeah, that was me. I think it was me, and I hit exited. But seeing the results, I think I should hit him much more because he still finishes second. So yeah, but yeah, that mess was, I think, initiated by my hit to exit it, and then everybody just crashed into each other. So yeah, I waited for exit. So we were down to like 25th position, and then yeah, I actually had to pit twice because I was hit by, I think, Adrian Youngma, who spun into the last in the last sector. So he was on the grass, and on the grass on this track especially, the car is just undrivable. You can't do anything. So he was just a passenger, and he crossed the line just in front of my nose. So I collided with him, and it was, I think, around lap 12. So I said, yeah, maybe I'm going to do some undercut. So I went to pits. But then in lap 25, tires were destroyed. So I decided to pit again just for the tires, and then I was flying. So I managed to overtake quite a lot of cars. And then at the last corner, then just Ginetta. But yeah, I think I will have some penalty, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I think you've said everything because we actually brought you in because we were wondering. We were wondering why you had to do the second pit, but obviously that was a result of having to do an earlier pit stop than you'd have liked.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I thought that the tires will hold on, but yeah, it just didn't work. But yeah, maybe if you pit like in a halfway, then the one stop is okay. But I think zero stop was out of the question.
Yeah, I think we saw a couple. Well, I think we saw Dangerous Gianetta trying something different. He ran quite deep into the race. We actually saw Martin Voss, I think, have to do the exact same as you because he also pitted quite early and he had to do a second pit stop as well. And so it's interesting to see whether pit stop strategy will play a role going to the season. Do you think that's something that's likely? Pit stop strategy?
Well, I think from season 1, when we first raced with GT3s, the pit stop were quite tricky because nobody know what to exactly do, and if you overshoot the pit stop box just for like 2 millimeters, you have to reverse, so you lost like 10 seconds straight away. So yeah, you have to know where your pit box is because on those tracks like the Road America and then the first race. Which was I don't remember now. Yeah, but the first race of the season, my pit box was always the first. Okay. So I could get speeding up to the pit lane and just don't care about the pit box, and I knew that I'm the last. But yeah, on this track I was the first, so I went to the pace and there it was. So yeah, but that was in practice, so I knew that I had to brake much more earlier. So that was okay. But yeah, the pit stops is pretty much awesome. It's shame that you can't see the pit crew on the stream. But yeah, they work. They are pretty slow.
They do look to be quite slow. I saw someone's video. Yeah, it's a shame. So, just one more thing, because whilst you're here, do you think that through the rest of the season, anyone will be trying 2 stops, or is 1 stop the optimal?
I think once if you don't have any problems, then I think on some tracks you can pull off even the 0 stopper, even with the 175% of tire wear. But we'll see. Maybe for Monza, because it's just a stop and go circuit. Yeah. That's. But yeah, the chicanes. If you get destroyed tires, then you will be screwed in the chicanes. So we'll see. Nobody knows. We don't know. You don't know.
No one knows. It's all mystery. It's all exciting. Well, as I say, congratulations, I guess, on getting the top 10. It's not quite what you wanted, and as I say, we'll see what the outcome is of the if any incident, if anything does come of it.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But anyway, as I say, good race getting in the top 10. It was fun watching you.
Yeah. Okay. I will see it tomorrow.
Okay. Take care.
Okay, thanks guys for the stream.
No problem, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye-bye.
User left your channel.
Alright, that has been amazing. Actually quite fun to get some like in-depth views of the drivers, to know what they generally think of the season, the cars, their strategies and stuff, because we are pretty like...
Because we don't know, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's actually quite good. I actually exited like the TS, but in a different channel. Anyway, we'll actually skip back to this screen because we don't really need the results page anymore, because that has been the second round of the AOR F3 PC League on Assetto Corsa. We had another interesting race, really.
It was very interesting. It's a shame, as I say, I think Maisie said it, where it's a shame that incident happened so early in the race to cause quite a big gap for Mini Black. To be honest, I don't think he'd have been challenged anyway. He was probably just a bit too quick and consistent over the course of the race, but still, it's a bigger gap than anyone was probably expecting, and I think obviously the main thing is it took out a lot of the higher contenders for those positions. But as I say, there's always a silver line to things. It gave a good chance to people like Mr. Alcon and Martin Voss as well to get really high up on vision. Hopefully, they can continue. This gives them a momentum into the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. We hope so, at least, and we hope for many more exciting rounds to come. 6 rounds to go in the season, and actually, quickly, before we wrap this up, we got a standings update from Fizzy, the man himself. Pops is leading the championship now in P1 with 125 points, followed by Central with 120 points, and Tom Bridle in third with 95 points.
I think that's about right, because Tom Bridle's sort of been... I think he's been consistent in that he's had, 2 top 10 results now?
Yeah, he was 6th in the first race and
6th and
also
6th again, 6th again this one. Okay, well that shows why. Central obviously sort of against not 7th this race, so higher than I was expecting him after seeing where he was.
Yeah.
Pop's leading. It doesn't surprise me. He's had where was he last race?
Where? Pops.
Yeah, I can't. Pops.
Second.
Did he win?
Second.
Was he second? Second. So he was second and he's 4th this time. So strong showing from Pops. Hopefully we'll have some more strong showings from everybody the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think we will wrap this up at this point, really. Thanks for the chat, for tuning in. Thanks for watching in general. Thank you, Phil, for joining me once again.
Thank you very much. It's been exciting to be here again at this kind of track, and I'm hopefully in the tracks to come we get some more slightly unknowns. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. We will be looking forward for the next round. Tune in at 8 PM again next week on the Monday to see more AOR action on Assetto Corsa, and we will welcome you there again. Bye bye.
Bye.